Hello, I'm Alex Hare, and I welcome you to Australian Archives, a program of musical items featuring Australian artists of note and taken from the archives. Away we go with another program of Australian Archives. We begin with Ray Tellier's San Francisco Orchestra, I Miss My Swiss. Old Folks at Home by Stephen Foster, Virginia Paris and William Flynn's 3DB Orchestra. Virginia Paris was a lovely American contralto brought out by JCW to appear in South Pacific in the role of Bloody Mary. She made many friends here during her time in Melbourne and recorded prolifically with William Flynn's 3DB Orchestra. I hope you enjoyed that. We began our program with the Brighton recording session at Wocord in October 1925 featuring Ray Tellier's San Francisco Orchestra, I Miss My Swiss. Now to Frank Coughlin and his band and the Tom Delaney classic Jazz Me Blues. the Spotlight Dance Orchestra, directed by Don Rankin, and the Billy Reid hit The Gypsy, recorded in the 1950s for the Spotlight label, issued on a little 10-inch album SV73. I hope you enjoyed that one. Nice sound. And before that, it was a private acetate recorded in Melbourne in 1942-43, featuring Frank Coughlin and his band and Tom Delaney's Jazz Me Blues. Well, now here's a real old-timer back to 1917 in London for Zonophone label, and it's Florrie Ford, Melbourne-born, and she sings Sullivan Will Be There.
There is a gallant Irishman, Pat Sullivan by name. Everywhere he goes, it seems he sets the place aflame. The girls are mad about him, sure, they all say he's a boy. When he kisses one, you'll hear the sound from Cork to Ballymoy. Sullivan, he's the brother of an Irishman. Sullivan, he comes from County Clare. Whenever you're walking late at night, if ever you chance to see a fight, you bet your life that Sullivan will be there. He's taller than a chimney and he's broader than a door. He'll eat the sheep for breakfast and he'll pass his plate for more. He runs so fast he's out of sight before you know he's gone. His hair's so red it burns his hat before he puts it on. Sullivan, he's the brother of an Irishman. Sullivan, he comes from County Clare. If ever you're walking through the park and look at the benches in the dark, you bet your life that Sullivan will be there. Pretty widow Flanagan is timid as can be. She never gets a wink of sleep, so terrified is she. Last night she searched for burglars and she hunted everywhere. She looked beneath her bed and who do you think was hiding there? Why, Sullivan, he's the brother of an Irishman. Sullivan, he comes from County Clare. Whenever a girl that's full of spice is looking for something extra nice, why, you bet your life that Sullivan will be there. To Coventry and Lady Road, Godiva was her name. She wore a scanty costume, but the girl was not to blame. Peeping Tom was there, of course, you've heard of that, no doubt. And who do you think was with him? No, they never found it out. Why, Sullivan, he's the brother of an Irishman. Sullivan, he comes from County Clare. Just what he saw I can't explain, but whenever she's riding there again, why, you bet your life that Sullivan will be there.
Now isn't it disgusting how some vulgar folks behave when they sit down to eat their food? My father was a baker, so I'm quite well bred, you see. And no one's more particular when eating food than me. To give you information, we are able on how you should behave when you're at table. Never use your fingers when you're eating stew. No, wipe your plate with bread, just like the big pots do. Peas should not be eaten with your knife, it's true. No, eat them from the saucepan, like the big pots do. Never put both elbows on the table when you eat. Leave a little room for other folks to park their feet. Always hold your kipper with one hand, not two. Yes, and wave it while you're talking, like the big pots do. You should all remember when you're eating your dessert that tripe is not a hothouse fruit. And when you're eating oranges, mind where you shoot the pips, and hold your paper gracefully when eating fish and chips. Don't call attention to your host Carpuncle, or remind him of the day they hanged his uncle. Smoke between the corsets, that's the fashion new. Yes, and leave your fag ends on the plate, the big pots do. If your playful hostess throws a roll at you, smack her with a jelly like the big pots do. Now, when you're eating ices, here's a wheeze that you can crack. Ices look so pretty sliding down a lady's back. And if the spoons are silver, pocket one or two, yes, to add to your collection, like the big pots do. Soup should not be eaten with a sponge. Oh no, no, gargle with it loudly, like the big pots do. If the champagne glasses are too small for you, yes, drink out of the bottle, like the big pots do. Broadcast information that the mutton's rather tough. Yes, and tell the world that you're full up when you have had enough. Oh, and if your little doggy likes a bone or two, take home half a chicken like the big pots do.
Alan Russell and Douglas Vine as Vine and Russell. They're recording for the old broadcast label here in Melbourne, March 1929, like the Big Pots do. And before that it was Sullivan Will Be There, Florrie Ford, recorded for Zonophone in London, April 1917. Now to Melbourne in 1956 with Bob Horsfall's Tune Twisters. Ronnie Rosenberg's group accompanies them, almost like being in love.
What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the ways that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling, could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love. Music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the ways that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling, could swear I was falling. It's almost like being, it's nearly the same. It's almost like being in love.
From Lerner & Lowe's Brigadoon, almost like being in love. The Tune Twisters there with Ronnie Rosenberg's group, recording in Melbourne in 1956. And to conclude this edition of our program Australian Archives, Hal Carter's Orchestra, the vocal by Jack Spearing, and this arrangement by Rex Shaw of the tune Just Across the Bridge of Gold, recorded for Prestophone in Sydney in 1956.
Once we were apart, your mother, darling, cried a sad child one day. Now we are rich, but I'm lonely, longing for Sister May. Oft in my dreams I can see her kneeling beside my bed. Where is she now, mother, tell me? Softly her mother said, just across the bridge of gold, where the lights are shining bright. Just across the bridge of gold, there's an aching heart tonight. For the sake of those she loved, all her happiness she sold. And tonight we will pray for your dear Sister May, just across the bridge of gold. For the sake of all she loved, for her happiness she sought. And tonight we will pray for your dear Sister May, just across the bridge of gold.
Just Across the Bridge of Gold, Hellcarter's Old Time Orchestra, Jack Spearing, 1956 for the Prestaphone 78 label. Australian Archives was conceived, prepared and produced by Alex Hare for Golden Days Radio. Thanks for listening and bye for now.